Yes, the meat and potatoes, we are talking about challenges as ever. We are going to break this up into different sections. And the first section that we're going to discuss today is understanding what makes a challenge when it comes to performance. So we say, let's set up a challenge, but what does that really mean? So let's dissect it a little bit. What makes a challenge? For me as a coach, a challenge is an event or a goal that acts as your compass point. In other words, it's going to determine the direction and help you frame your performance journey. And from that challenge, from that goal, that direction that you have, you and maybe your coach or mentor or support crew, whoever is going on the journey with you, you are able to equip and frame out a roadmap and a set of actions that are necessary for you to go on a journey to progress and ultimately successfully complete that challenge. That's what a challenge is. It sets the direction, sets the path, it's going to inform your actions that you take. And so ideally, a really valuable challenge for you, depending on who you are and where you're starting, ideally, that challenge can provide a couple of things. The first is I really like it when challenges actually, and I'll whisper this, scare you a little bit. In other words, it gets you out of your comfort zone. You're not sure, even if you put your best effort in, that you can truly accomplish it. A valuable challenge should get you out of your comfort zone. So there's less value on just choosing something that you know you can complete and you just need to go through the motions. A really valuable challenge is something that actually gives you a little bit of fear. That's number one. I want you to remember that. The second is that a really valuable challenge is something that requires ongoing commitment over an extended period of time. So you need to commit to a journey. At Purple Patch, a big saying that we always have is embrace the journey. That's because it is the reservoir of lessons. It's the area that you can define and develop and hone many of the traits that make up the rewards of taking on a challenge. And it is a progressive commitment over time. So that's really important. So in other words, in this context, a challenge is not, when we think about this as a performance journey, something like having the courage to go for a swim in near freezing water. That's uncomfortable for sure, but really all that is short-term bravery. Instead, a challenge serves to set that roadmap and actions required and the commitment over time. And so therefore, with success, you're going to yield a sense of satisfaction, accomplishment, and also, I promise you, a whole bunch of lessons. So we think about what a challenge, setting over time, getting out of your comfort zone, setting a bunch of actions. Of course, the natural thing on this show is we're going to think about sport, events, etc. But it could be having the courage of opening up your own coffee shop. That's going to take you out of your comfort zone and take you on a journey. Or I'll give you another real life example that has nothing to do with sport. Sean Garrick, former Purple Patch coach, wonderful guy. I just saw that he's taking on a personal challenge where he's got into theatre. He has no background in theatre, but he joined a group, he went on a journey, he practiced and trained, and now this week is actually going to do his first production. So he's going to have to get up on stage in front of a large group of people and act. That is a challenge. Nothing to do with what he does professionally, but I promise you, he's going to get a lot out of the journey so far and probably immense amount of pride and satisfaction when he goes on that opening night. Best of luck. Sean, that's a fantastic thing to see. But of course, under the banner of this, I like challenges that take on the physical component because you get all of that, similar to what Sean has gone through, but you also get the promotion of healthy habits that are going to improve your energy, your cognitive function, how you show up on daily life, your physical resiliency, and of course your longevity for the future. And so sports and fitness act as a wonderful crucible to extend the challenge, the lessons, and the physical promotion of health and performance globally as well. So that's why I have real passion of people taking on challenges that include a physical aspect to it as well. But I guess the question is, do you really need a challenge? So I say this is really important, this is really valuable, all the lessons of here, but do you actually need to take on a challenge? You might be listening right now and thinking, well, I get what a challenge is, but I'm pretty good where I'm at. After all, I exercise and I sleep pretty well for the most part. I eat sensibly. I don't need a challenge. Fine. Okay, I can buy that. But in my observations, in my more than 2 decades of coaching, I've consistently seen the value and the performance catalysts that a true challenge serves. And I want to talk to you today about the value of a challenge. Why should you take on a challenge? And then I want to go and talk about creating a plan to try and accomplish that challenge that you set up for yourself. So I think that you do need a challenge. If you're really going to optimize and you're really going to set yourself on a journey of high performance. So let's transition to part 2 and discuss the values of a challenge.